surrounded by chaos. Monte and Saul Meadow sat quietly surrounded by chaos. Saul's neat rows of penciled figures revealed the truth. Monte was out of money. The numbers didn't lie. There wasn't enough to finish the Copa. Monte had overspent, and the curtain might fall before the Copa ever opened. The bar wasn't built. Plaster dust floated in the air like an omen. Class was expensive, and Monte had reached his limit. Then, a miracle, or a curse, arrived in a camel hair coat. Monte kept his head low, contemplating the grim numbers in silence. Frank Costello walked down the stairs, sidestepping Plaster's speckled workman with ease. Frank extended his hand. Monte hesitated, then shook it. Saul watched in silence, unable to speak as the deal unfolded. The handshake sealed their fates, an unspoken agreement. Monte stood, introducing Saul to Frank with a quiet resolve. The room held its breath as the three men faced one another. Frank and Monte shared a glance, gauging Saul's reaction. Without a word, Saul stood and stepped outside for air. Monte quickly sensed Frank's calm, intelligent demeanor. The club was still a work in progress, but Frank saw potential. Monte shared the vision of the Copa, his dream taking shape in words. Time moved forward, but the deal was already in motion. Frank stepped outside, surveying the future of the Copa with quiet satisfaction. Saul watched Frank leave, his thoughts heavy with unease. The Copa's facade stood like a promise yet to be fulfilled. Monte sat motionless, staring at what would become the Copa stage. The workers continued, covering the stage in fresh paint as plaster dust fell. Saul returned, sitting silently beside Monte as they watched the work unfold. The two men stared at the workers, their thoughts as heavy as the dust in the air. Monte conveyed the deal to Saul. Saul nodded,